The cannon here would be a top lane cannon, would be AP cannon coming out from the side of Marin most likely.
Look at this very aggressive roam down.
It's not spotted either.
Yeah, Kuro's going to be joining in there right up underneath the turret. This could be very bad for SKT. Bang level 2.
They're in
Does
vision
he
now.
have the leap? That's going to be the flash in for the exhaust thrown down onto Wolf. Bang firing away, trying to get onto Kuro. Seems like Wolf's just going to go ahead and surrenders his life as Kuro scoops up the first blood.
And for now, SKT aren't taking fast drakes, getting a faster spawn of the second one. Actually going to look to play around the top side. Here's Peanut.
I don't think he's been spotted yet. It's going to be the flash body slam in. Slicing Maelstrom's thrown down as Antara takes this up, flashes away, and will stay alive. Answering kill coming through here for SK Telecom. But they can't stick around and try to get any damage down onto the turret because Spirit is here to respond.
Antara's teleporting super deep. Remember, there's no turret in the bot side.
Yeah, it's going to be them trying to hightail it out of here. The Monsoon will buy them a little bit of time as they knock away Bang, but I think Tucson kind of wishes that he had held on to it now as Antara goes in, slowing up Kramer. Tucson's already going to be going down. One final shot from Bang, finds the kill, leaps in. They can't create the distance, but Kramer, he gets popped back, slammed into the wall, and Antara scoops up the second kill. 3-1 here for SK Telecom.
Yeah, the SKT fans roar as Peanut hits the picture-perfect flash cast. We see the teleport back. Probably going to be too late if he's going to teleport in to contest this Infernal. It's already super low.
Yeah, Faker trying to gatekeep as best as possible as the Infernal Drake does go down. TP being channeled by Marin as he tries to cut them off. Could be setting up for that 5-man slicing Maelstrom. Will get spotted out as Faker flashes away. Goes out the gusts, has to go up into the air with the hero's entrance just to try to get him out, but the shockwave pulls him back in alongside Peanut as they get chunked down. It seems like Afrika might just be letting them scatter their way back in underneath the turret.
Yeah. And this Janna is just getting ridiculously strong, ridiculously early.
I mean, Tucson is basically single-handedly making it look like Afrika are very even in the fight. Marin's on the backside, however, will be flashing and slicing Maelstrom coming down, locking up too, as Bang and Wolf go low, but they will not be taken out. TP straight into the middle of the lane there from Antara, but didn't have any rage built up in his Mini-Gnar form, so has to go ahead and cancel that one out.
Cost of all of these bot lane shenanigans is that Kramer's pretty far behind in CS. In the bot lane, though.
They're going to commit the slicing Maelstrom to this one. Antara trying to kite back as best as he can, but the Twitch, he's going to be arriving now. Pops out, immediate flash away, but a flash forward comes through from Kramer, and he will take down the Gnar. Second kill on the board for the Afrika Freaks.
Cannon's still bot lane, being greedy here, Marin. This is trademark Marin.
Yeah, that's going to be the flash forward, and Marin will go down. Bang, very easily scooping up that kill. So Marin, as you say, completely trademarked by him. Overextension, no vision whatsoever, and he gets paid. He has to pay for it. Would be able to get down there swiftly and try to take out that objective. But in the meantime, Bang leaps in, gets a little bit of damage down onto Kramer as he turns invisible. Explode for a little bit more, and Spirit almost falls. Also shot used by Bang, just popping Kramer back, and Faker's wrapping around from the backside, just as punching forward, looking for the taunt, finds it as he flashes in on top of the Twitch, and he gets taken out. Peanut finds the kill. Will be another Mountain Drake coming in.
Marin's trying to fight back on this side. It's really risky stuff from him.
Oh my god, look at the damage he's taking. The crit's coming through. Peanut will body slam over the wall, slows him up as that explosion comes through from the charge. He will get the stun off. Marin desperately tries to retreat, and you can see just how much damage Tucson takes as well, but it looks like they will be able to make it out of here with their lives.
Bang didn't want to go Rambo and use any summoners, had both available, may have been able to clean up a kill, but wasn't happy with a maybe. Maybe the guarantee is the Baron Achilles. They turn onto it. It's going to be difficult for Afrika to even sneak vision in.
I mean, no flash, no TP. Marin's going to have to sprint his way back with the Lightning Rush, and even then getting into the pit for the Slicing Maelstrom is going to be very difficult, but for now, SKT just have to be worried about gatekeeping. Keep Spirit out of this
They're going to try and randomly DPS down.
Oh, buster shot, but it lands on the Tucson. The spike comes through, but it's not going to be the steal there for Spirit, and now he's going to get taken out. Polymorph immediately just ropes him into his own Cataclysm, and Bang can easily scoop up the kill. Marin going to try to answer, but again, this is the AP cannon build. This is not the Hurricane on a hit, so he can't clear out the waves with his auto attack, so it's just that much more desperation here for Afrika. We'll knock down that first inhib turret, looking for a second one as Bang goes over down to the bottom side. And Afrika, they're just scrambling back and forth to desperately try to hold on to these remaining structures. But it's a battle that they are certainly not winning. Very much like this one here from Marin as he goes low, slicing Maelstrom. Taking him dangerously, just keep him alive for the moment as he finds the stun onto Antara, who goes dangerously low. Doesn't even feel the need to force out the flash, so he's able to go ahead and limp away.
Teleport back in to confirm this first inhibitor of the game as well, Achilles.
Yeah, they will go ahead and they want to take this one out. TP completed by Antara, goes straight back over to the top side. They clear this out, and honestly, this could just be the slow strangulation of Afrika as they take all of the inhibitors in the base and maybe just end it.
Freaka held the line for so long well, but SKT with one invitation from Kramer's overstay, that one mistake has led to the passage of play where they now have multiple inhibitors down. And even though the synergy is queued, even though the gold lead for the support will never be answered, they may just lose the game because right now there's nothing in their base to defend, and SKT have full control of the map.
Just hasn't been in a position to really land the big one. And at this point, I'm not sure if, even if he did, if it would be enough to actually kill the members of SKT. Several of them are very tanky. Shockwave will come down. Bang, still alive for the moment, uses the flash and keeps himself up, finds the first kills, he gets rid of Koro. And Tucson has gone down as well, follows up for the double, make it the triple. Can he get the quadra? He says, oh, you know what, I don't give a damn, Spirit. You go ahead, wander off, I'm killing your Nexus. SKT up in game 1 over the Afrika Free.
Gorilla played his first ever competitive Blitzcrank game, what, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Seeing Wolf return to it after a long hiatus. Tora will spot him out on the bot side, but Peanut, we mentioned the problems around bot lane. This is the one lane they were always going to gank.
Popping over the wall, flash in, looks for the hook, can't quite find it onto Kramer, but Tucson might be dead. The knock-up still coming through. Red Buff will slow him up, the Rend to come down, and one more hit would do it, but they hook him in, and Peanut, he's actually going to go down.
Tucson
First blood goes over to a Afrika Free.
Caitlyn.
Kramer finds it, now firing away. Looking for a kill in onto Bang, won't be able to get it.
Oh, Tucson.
Dangerously close, but now Faker, he arrives. He's able to go ahead and scoop up the kill in onto the Thresh, but that got turned around on its head. Afrika come up with the first blood.
In patch 7.14 is the last Caitlyn patch note that's relevant for today. Mid lane.
The flash body slam in, pops. Throw to the side of the explosive cast, and he's just going to go down. Perfect miasma from Faker. Now trying to follow up. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, that's going to be Wolf. Looking for the pick here onto Tucson. Ignite ticking away, but will not find the kill, and the death sentence will not connect. Spirit and Tucson will both be walking away with their lives, but Kuro cannot say the same.
Kuro was trying to bait in Faker because he was playing to a side where he didn't have vision while he has his jungler in position, but unfortunately for him, Peanut was already there. So playing to the safer side is what he needed to do. Didn't do that, and now Faker's going for a walk.
Yeah, he's roaming up here to the top side. Rupture will connect in onto Intara, but Miasma yet again thrown down. Martin does have the flash, but it's honestly not even worth it. He knows that he's going to be dead, so he will just fall as Faker claims his 3rd kill of the game.
Vest done for Marin, but nothing really else to speak of. Mid lane.
Jump in here onto Faker, but the Glacial Prison
He
is not
gets
going to
Kuro.
connect. And now, yeah, he has the Petrifying Gaze thrown down onto Kuro. Stun will push back Faker, keep him out of the fight, but Intara, he's pinching down.
Pillar.
Almost has that one ready to go in the meantime. The bottom side of the map, Bang is going to go down, but Peanut is able to find Kuro. So yet again, just bullying out the mid laner. SKT pick up a kill, but they do suffer a loss.
And finally get a replay of what happened bot side.
Oh.
And hook hitting after standing on a trap. Mistake from Bang. Open that up.
Straight into another one as well.
Zoned out for a moment, but it was a mistake from Bang that led to it. He's perfectly happy with just a rush to Abyssal Mounds.
Oh, they're going for the play in underneath the turret. Dark Passage to draw in Spirit, but Bang is already out of harm's way, has the Fate's Call, draws in Wolf, maybe looking for the re-engage, throws up to the side, the hook comes down, connects it onto Tucson, and he gets annihilated. Unleashed power, with help of the Sejuani will come up with a kill for Spirit as Bang goes down yet again. In the meantime, going to be a bit of a scuffle here in the top lane, but Intara has that blast cone to go ahead and take himself over the wall. Single-digit HP, I'm pretty sure, but he does walk away in the end.
But Cho himself hasn't gone for HP, so not the maximum damage beast that we've seen before.
Play going to come through here onto Marin. We'll see if he can stay alive. He's trying to clear out the wave very rapidly, but Intara has arrived. Subjugate thrown down, and Marin is not long for this world. So the team is coming through to try to support him, or at least hold on to the turret. But whether or not they're going to arrive in time, we'll have to see. Intara going to be the one targeted out as the box does drop. Death sentence not going to connect. He will surrender his life, so it's a 1-for-1, and they don't get the turret. By the way, I mean, we know how much he loves to kill the Elder Dragons by himself in the late game with this Cassiopeia pick, so why not start things off the ocean? In the meantime, Peanut going to get caught. Unleashed Power will take him down, and Kuro just finds the solo kill catch on the Gragas. Okay.
A lot of respect for Tucson.
That's a word for it. Okay, well, that was Bang, you know, just feeling the pressure.
And this is one of those builds. We see it quite often, the Rod of Ages into... Oh, hold that
Bang
thought.
gonna get jumped on. That's gonna be the hook coming through, and he just gets deleted. Kramer finds his third kill of the game. 3-0-2 on the Caitlyn, now looking to knock down that inner and mid. Not skipping a beat, there's
Oh,
no
and the Freaker
vision.
don't know yet.
They're just going to go ahead and try to duo this one out.
See a blue pings in the area, they now know.
Bang coming nearby.
They might be too late though.
I mean, he's running into the mid lane. I don't think they suspect this one, but Peanut is going dangerously low, so this is still going to be risky.
They know it now, 2,700 health.
They'll be pushing forward, less than 2,000. Can they get in there, though? The knockaway will come through. Spirit flashes way too late to try to get the steal in the meantime. Bang, yet again, gets annihilated. Spirit will make it out with his life, but the remaining members of SKT now have the Baron. It's dangerously low, and because of that pressure, draws them over. Hook coming down, connects in onto Spirit, and the Rend will not find the kill. It's actually going to be Wolf that comes up with it, so Bang really just can't catch a break. Rolls out the Fate's call. Won't be throwing Wolf back forward, however.
Kramer's on defensive wave clear duty now, Achilles. He's not taking pot shots at inner turrets anymore. Trundle's going to return to the top side. This is exactly where SKT want to be. Baker doesn't have ghosts, so he does have to poke around and get the Qs in.
Still going to be the Righteous Glory, but the Petrifying Gaze comes down into the death sentence, and Faker should be falling. It's a massive shield coming through from the Seraphs, but he will fall in the end.
Meanwhile, At is the sub-story, though. Trundle will just take the turret in top side, so Faker goes down, ruins his KDA, but they still get the objective trade up.
Playing into the river right now is Afrika. Vision now going to start pushing forward. Minion wave here to block out the death sentences. Hook comes through. They find Marn, but is that the target that they wanted? Seems like the answer is going to be yes, because he's completely locked up in the Rend. Will help take him down yet again as Antara finds the killing blow. Spirit, without his flash, will die as Bang finally finds the kill for himself. And with those two openings, SKT can just push straight down the mid lane. Yeah, man. When Thresh fishes, he kind of has to like dive into the water in the end to actually get the fish.
Trying to rush down Baron, but the hook comes in on Sejuani.
Lands in on a Spirit Fate call, is drawn out. They're going to be looking for the catch here on the Tucson, who does go low, drops the box. The Glacial Prison will not really connect. Tucson's still alive, but Bang, right at the last second there with the Pierce, will take him down. And now SKT say, screw it, we'll just go straight in for this inhib turret in the top lane.
Yeah, they got a pick that allowed them to ride into a massive minion wave, and Afrika can't get there fast enough.
Faker trying to cut them off, throws down the miasma to slow them up, and you can see already the Twin Fangs just chunking through that Cho'Gath. No matter how tanky he is, Faker has that much more damage now, looking for the pick. Gonna go wide. So they dodge out onto these traps, but that will be the inhibitor line being broken 33.5 minutes by SK Telecom.
First inhibitor of the game, not 3 like we saw around this time in game 1.
Gonna be looking to start this one up. Tara's in the bottom lane, has the TP, he's gonna pop it immediately as they try to arrive. Baron going low, halfway dead. Control ward in the pit. Peanut has perfect vision over this one. Comes over the wall and he takes it right out of their grasp. Peanut stealing away the Baron, and now Afrika Freaks desperately are trying to run away, but it seems like they're not going to have the option because Baker has him cornered. He's got him roped in to the blue pit. Comes up with a double kill, getting rid of Kuro, getting rid of Kramer, and it might just be the Ace Spirit. All on his lonesome is desperately trying to trade one back, but Bang says hell no, rends him for the double kill, and that should be the end of the game.
Afrika Freaks, their 8th game in the wildcard, their 8th loss in a row. Peanut smiles. Smite came in early. There's that cast animation on the feast from the Cho'Gath. Wasn't able to get it in. Peanut has got those steals before. SK Telecom break the hearts of the Afrika Freaks, and they will face Samsung in just a few days' time.
A lot of preparation to be done for that matchup, but for now, SK Telecom can revel and bask in this victory for themselves, taking down Afrika Freaks.
Bang, you got the win today in the wildcard. How do you feel? We do have a game coming out right after 3 days. So I think all we're focusing is about the next game that's coming up. It's definitely your first wildcard game ever in your career. What, did it feel different coming into this series? It definitely, I do have a different mindset coming into this one. Yeah, in spring we were actually in first place, waiting for all the other teams to really contend with each other to decide who will be facing us in the finals, but it's really the complete opposite. So it's a very interesting event that we get to be in this position. So a lot of pressure is being put on us with our position here. We did get the MVP for game 1. How did you feel throughout playing that game 1? We were actually expecting this sort of composition from our opposition, And we saw these players, and once we were observing the data, they had played those kind of specific champions, and especially using that ardent sensor to their benefit. So we figured they might use it this time around, and it was exactly to our expectations. So we were pretty prepared for that composition.
엄청나게 버는 거 보면서 원딜까지 아이템 사서 막 밀어주고 그랬는데 좀 부럽다고 생각해.
And Wolf, weren't you jealous that even the ADC was giving the support, the gold that she needed?
처음에 예전에 나왔을 때 솔랭하면서 제가 솔랭이 아니라 대회에서 알리스타를 제가 했는데
Yeah, ever since the Relic Shield came onto the play, I started using Alistar, and I gave Bang all the gold that I earned for myself.
이렇게 잔나를 사용하면서 물론 원딜이 타곤산 그것까지 갈 줄은 몰랐어요.
But using the Janna, I never thought that even the ADC would go with the Relic Shield and give the support, the gold that the Janna needed.
극단적인 선택이 될 수도 있다라는
그래서
말씀이신데.
뭐 저희 타워도 먼저 밀고 원딜 손체.
Yeah, definitely. It was a extreme, risky pick by our opposition, so we got a lot of advantages from what they lacked.
선호하진 않았던. 그렇죠. 블리츠 클랭크로 빠르게 칼피.
And it seemed like you weren't a big fan of Blitzcrank, but you ended up with that pick in game 2. How did you end up with that?
준비는 했는데 준비 과정에서 정말 좋게 나왔었는데.
Yeah, we prepared that pick, and during our preparation, the results were great. But it's just a champion that I don't like personally, so I try not to use it, but
그러니까 처음 딱 갱을 했을 때가 있잖아요. 저는 그래서 상대가 일직선으로 이렇게 두 명 서 있길래.
yeah, it was a situation when you're talking about the gank was that first gank, I just positioned myself on the sidelines, and that gave a clear path for me to use my skills.
잘해서 민무비를 잘했더라고요.
And it was a situation where the opponents did a good job of trying to evade the gank from happening, but in the end, that's our advantages in the end.
몇 번씩 하다가 무빙 약간 실수해서 또 우리 팀 죽고.
And also there was a situation where I did the wrong movement and the wrong sidestep that allowed my teammates to get killed, so wasn't the best moments for me that I want to remember.
크게 웃는 모습이 방금 있었는데.
And there was a situation where we saw you kind of laughing, just laughing really and smiling, a big smile, and we see you in the top of the solo queue ladder right now.
좀 죽고 나서 좀 분위기 안 좋아 보여가지고 첫 갱 그 쌍버프.
Yeah, after losing out on that first gank, these guys must have been feeling pretty bad about the situation, but so they were having a hard time, but it was at the same time, it was kind of funny looking at that situation.
오늘은 좀 발언권이 센데요.
아무래도 솔랭 1위 하다 보니까 좀 코치님이.
Yeah, but I think after getting first place in solo queue, my coach has been definitely on the bias, on the positive bias for me.
부수를 잡았는데 감독님이 뭔가 운타라 선수에 계속 주문을 좀 하시는 게 있더라고요.
And it just seemed like the coaching staff was really giving you a lot of orders in the booth.
그냥 더 잘해라.
Yeah, it was just very generic comments of telling me to get better and just trying to work hard as I can.
보니까 또
그렇죠. 운타라 선수는 이런 큰 무대가 어떻게 보면 처음이신 걸로 알고 있는데.
And Untara, it's probably one of your first experiences of the playoffs, but how was it different from the other games?
마음가짐 일단 정규 시즌이라 생각하고 했고.
Yeah, I really tried to make myself think that this was just another regular season game.
분위기 업되지 않고 그냥 스크림.
And I tried to not overreact, but act like this was just a scrims that I can play exactly the same way, and that would get me the best results.
업되지도 않고 뭐 다운되지도 않고 옆에 또 피너 선수가
아까부터 박수를 또 한 번씩
박수까지 막 치면서
And we saw you, Pina, giving a round of applause as Untara was speaking.
사람이 참 쉽게 변하는구나라고 생각.
Yeah, I was just kind of surprised how a person can change so quickly after getting first place in solo queue.
만만해서 근데 이 모습이 더 좋은 것 같아요.
But definitely, we like to see Untara a little more overconfident than not.
플레이를 하셨고 또 2세트에는 MVP를
And you did garner that MVP in the second set.
나왔는데 같은 팀원들이 되게 인정할 수 없다라는.
And it just seemed like the teammates were looking at you as if you didn't deserve that MVP.
카시가 받을 줄 알았거든요.
We all thought that the Cassiopeia would have gotten that MVP.
너무 큰 실수라 마음이 너무 아팠는데 제가.
And there was a situation where there was a big mistake, and I feel really bad for that play. But
상혁이 형이 받는.
so I felt like if I didn't get it, it would have been definitely Faker who would have gotten that MVP. There you go, Faker shaking his head on the side.
이 세트는 저는 만약에 지면은 바로 이제 이제 바로 이제 무릎을 꿇고
Yeah, if I had lost the second game, I would have knelt down on my knees and apologized to my teammates. But I'm really glad that we actually got the win there.
2세트에 또 스틸을 했잖아요.
And you did get a steal in the Baron
네네.
on the second set.
이게 스틸을 계속 하니까 아무래도 이제 좀 상대팀 선수들이 압박을 받는 것 같아요.
Yeah, I think with me getting more instances where I did steal the Barons, I think the opposition junglers are feeling the pressure when they play against me, and they always can't have a second mindset of you know, playing against me when trying to go for the Barons.
근데 이거는 솔직히 못 뺏는 게 맞는데
And yeah, this was a situation where by default I shouldn't have gotten that steal, but it was a little bit of luck mixed in with a little mistakes from the opponents.
실수를 해야 뺏는 상황이라
Yeah, it's always with Baron steals is that you have to rely on the opponent's mistake to really secure a steal.
좀 잘하는 것 같긴 합니다. 게임 구도에 대해서 좀 어떻게 생각하셨어요? 오늘
How do you think about how the game went overall from the beginning to the end?
플레이 자체가 매우 좋았던 것 같은데.
일단 연습 과정이 제일 좋았던 한 주였고요.
I think this week especially was one of our best week of practice, and we were really satisfied how the results came along in regards to practice, and we just thought that we wanted to transition that over to the actual games today.
진짜 이길 생각을
So we really thought that we had a good chance to win today.
그렇죠.
피너 선수의 인터뷰를 보는 것 같았는데 아까 또 끄덕거리던 예, 우리
사실상
We're gonna move on to the guy who's shaking his head once he thought that he deserved the MVP.
받아야 된다고 생각합니까 이 세트?
뭐 사실상 MVP라고 하셨는데 못 받아서 기분이 썩.
You said someone who deserved the MVP should get the MVP, but I didn't get it, so I'm confused.
잘했으니까 그런 것 같은데
So
어때요?
modest.
그 아까도
That Faker
잠깐
guy.
다른 선수들이 말을 하긴 했습니다. 페이커 선수 입장에서도 이제 차근차근 밟고 결승까지 가는 과정이
And a lot of people did,
쉽지 않은데
especially your teammates, talked about the step by step into the finals.
해야 되는 걸로 알고 있는데 결승전까지 가려면 그게 사실 승률을 50%로만 잡아도
Yeah, I think
말이에요. 그래서
if we have to
많이 했는데
make
그래서
multiple wins to get to the finals, if we can't rely on a 50% win rate to get there. So
굉장히 잘하시는 것 같아요. 계산
그러니까요.
능력이나
네,
예.
굉장히 또 계산
그게
잘.
바로 되네요. 계산이.
크템 선수도 되게
아니
계산적이시잖아요.
저는 아예 그런 거에
제가
let's talk about Faker's math skills. Trying to compare Cloud Templar's math skills with that.
뽑았다고 합니다.
And Peanuts applauding for Faker's math skills.
아니
페이커 선수 알아두시라고.
예 원래 그거
예,
이렇게 실명제로 가는 건가요?
아니 뭐 갑자기
예.
예,
근데 저는
PD님께서
피넛 선수 뽑긴 했어요.
원래
But I did pick Peanut for the MVP.
선수를 많이 좋아하시더라고요.
예, 저 피넛 선수 전
Yeah, it seems like you like Peanut. You like the jungler players, Cloud Templar.
뭐 하시는 거예요 지금? 와이드카드
저
인터뷰
피넛
중에
선수한테 마이크 좀 아니에요.
페이커 선수 인터뷰 중에 지금
예,
자꾸 예,
알겠습니다.
편가르시고 너무합니다. 예. 그래서 이제 페이커 선수 오늘 또 갈리오와 카시 플레이를 하셨는데 사실 갈리오 픽은
But in the end, you picked up Galio for the first game, which is what we want to go back to.
같은 그런 챔피언인데 오늘
It just seemed like a staple pick for you. Actually, you picking it up for the first pick in the draft.
뭐 일단 저희가 갈리오가 이번에 상대 쿠로 선수도 잘 쓰고 그래서
Yeah, Galio was a multi-purpose pick where we knew that Kuro was very talented in that pick. So, you know, taking it away from him and using it for ourselves was a double benefit for our composition.
안 좋았기 때문에
But, you know, with my form not being at its highest, that was a situation where we kind of regretted that we should have went with a different pick, but
졌든 안 졌든 유동적으로 선택하려고 합니다.
it was a pick that we were going to go with regardless of the situation.
유동적으로 좀 가신 건가요? 뭐 심연에 가면은 바로 올리셨던 걸로
And it just seemed like the item choices were interesting as well.
갈리오가 최근 버전에서 아마 심연의 가면이 너프된 걸로 알고 있는데
Yeah, it seems like the
심연의 가면이 아니라 적응형
the Abyssal Scepter is a little bit nerfed this patch, and but we still went with a composition-based item, so that's why we went with that item.
카시오페아 할 때는 상대가 AP가 많아서
And with Cassiopeia's,
원래는 영겁의 지팡이를 많이 가는데
you usually go with a Rod of Ages,
카탈리스트가 제로팀이라서 괜찮을 것 같아서 갔어.
but we just went with the Catalyst just to go with the full build that we would eventually get to.
그럼 또 울프 선수가 도화지 아까 찢어져서 좀 섭섭해하시는
울프 선수 오늘 인터뷰 분위기는 좀 만족하시나요?
And Wolf, are you happy with the interview so far with all the comments made by different players?
예, 철없던 친구 성숙해진 것 같고.
I think this immature player got a little bit mature today,
예, 여기도
so that's the one good thing.
오늘 괜찮네. 저만.
So I think, yeah, all these players, they're getting a little bit mature, so I'm happy for these guys.
SKT 대표로 우리 울프 선수가
So as a representative of SKT Wolf,
하지만 이제 남은 경기들이 또 중요하죠.
you have a lot of games still left over to eventually win that finals.
그리고 또 주말에
Would you like to say anything in regards to your current situation?
부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 이제 오늘 경기력이 사실
완전 깔끔하게 나오진 않았잖아요.
I think today's games weren't as clean as we wanted it to be,
저희 연습도 정말 열심히 하고 있고
but we are practicing much harder from day by day, and
앞으로 경기력은 더 좋아지고
you can expect our performances to go up, you know, with each game that we play.
팀 팬분들은 얼마나 걱정하시겠어요.
And of course, you know, with us, you know, in this position that we have to take a one step by step, you can imagine how the other fans are worried about, you know, their team facing up against us.
기세가 좋아질 거라고.
But I think our performance will rise as we get advanced and past each round to play.
건강이 최고예요.
네, 알겠습니다. 울프 선수도 건강하셨으면 좋겠습니다.
그렇죠.
네.
맛있는 거 많이 드시고 건강이 최고입니다.
그렇습니다. 다시 한번 우리 SKT 권원 선수들에게 큰 박수
And
부탁드리겠습니다.
we think we are done with the interview here, and we'll throw it back to you guys.